Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Today's episode, we're going to make something similar to a chicken biryani, which is an Indian dish. It's basically chicken and rice, but we're going to make it my way. Hit that subscribe button, and let's get started here on Cook! Don't be lazy. We're going to use boneless, skinless chicken thighs. And what I like to do is trim some of the excess fat off of it. And what I also would like to do is check the inside to make sure they properly got rid of the bone right here in the center. Sometimes the processing machine messes up and they leave a little piece of bone right here in the center. So make sure that little piece of bone is gone. This is a perfect example right here. Piece of bone. You don't want that in your chicken. Next thing you know, you try to feed this to a little kid and they choke on that little piece of bone because they don't know any better. They're over here thinking it's boneless. Either that or they end up chipping their teeth on that. So make sure there's no bones in these. Yogurt. We're going to eyeball it. 1.5 dollops. Dollops? Yeah, it's called dollop, I guess. Some ginger paste. Just gonna eyeball it. About 2 tablespoons. How do you pronounce that? Tumeric. Gonna eyeball it. Some garlic. Just gonna eyeball it. Good tablespoons worth. Some chili powder. Gonna eyeball it. And some salt. Why do I eyeball things? I don't believe in measuring. My quantity might not be your quantity. And if you make this dish enough, if you feel it's too spicy, you limit the chili powder. Vice versa with other ingredients. Too salty, you limit the salt. Not enough salt, you add more salt. That's what eyeballing is all about. Now, I'm going to think this might not be enough seasoning. So, I may, you know what? I ain't scared. I'll get into it with my hands. So get in here, make sure that chicken is fully covered, every piece. You don't want to miss any spot on that chicken. Get it all up in there, work it in. That wasn't too easy, or that wasn't too bad. Alright, we're going to let this marinate for 15 minutes minimum. So while that chicken marinates, now's a good time to prep our Basmati rice. Let me show you what we're going to do. We're going to portion off a cup of rice. Come on, you slowpoke. Come on. There we go. Now I'm going to take that cup. We're going to just cover the rice with water. So that rice is going to soak up the water, softening the rice, which is going to improve our cook time when we cook our rice later on. Right now we're just waiting for our chicken to marinate. So in the meantime, I'm going to drink a little bit of milk, and we'll be back shortly. We're 32 gallons of milk into this. Our chicken has been marinating for at least 15 minutes. Our rice has been soaking for just as long. It's time to pre-cook, not pre-cook. That's what happens when you drink too much milk. It's time to cook our chicken. So let's go ahead and set our stove to a medium high to about a 6. I don't know what to call this guy. A pot pan. It's a combination of both. So grab yourself one of these guys. We need something that's going to be large enough to fit all that chicken and rice into it. Vegetable oil. We want to coat the bottom of this pot pan. We don't want too much vegetable oil, but certainly enough to cook our chicken. We're going to let that heat up for a minute. Alright, now that this has been preheated, spread that oil around again. Let's get our chicken in there. Now we want to leave this alone. Don't be flipping and flipping and flipping. Leave this alone for at least 4 to 5 minutes until the other side has been browned. So 4 to 5 minutes, we're going to do a flippy. Alright, so total cook time so far has been about 5.5 minutes. So I'm going to start flipping these guys over. And I'm going to cook this side for approximately 5.5 minutes. So once this side has cooked for about 5 minutes, we're going to take the chicken off and put it aside. Now we don't need this chicken to cook perfectly right now because we are going to continue to cook this chicken in a few minutes. But just take your chicken off for now. Now what I need you to do is slice up an onion. Dice it up. And we're going to throw in our onion into all this yummy flavor. Take some baby mushrooms. I'm using baby Bella mushrooms. I'm not going to use the whole container. Roughly half the container. And I'm going to cook this down for about 5 minutes, and I'm going to stir every now and then. So roughly 5 minutes into this, take that rice, dump it in. We're going to use coconut milk. I'm going to use, not the whole can, I'm going to use about a cup of coconut milk. And about a quarter cup of water. Cumin, ground cumin. Want to eyeball it. Now's a good time to put your stove on high to bring this back up to a boil. AllSpice. Eyeball it. and a little bit of salt. Throw our chicken back in. Cover it up and bring it down to about a medium high, which is about a number 3. So all we're waiting for now is for that rice to finish cooking. Once that water evaporates, that rice is done. It's going to take approximately 15 to 20 minutes. That chicken, by the way, is going to also continue to cook in there. That's why we don't need to make sure it's perfectly cooked the first time around. So 15 to 20 minutes, and then it's time to plate up. So as I mentioned earlier, this is similar to an Indian dish called a chicken biryani. It's not a chicken biryani though. This is my own version. So considering that, I'm going to call this a one-pot chicken and rice. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next week here on Cook. Don't be lazy.